Hey, hey y'all. Once again,
So,
we're back after much deliberation.
we
7, 8 minutes.
ended the last video abruptly. I wanted to do a continuation. Apparently, I got my way.
Whoa, what just happened? I'm dizzy.
I know. So,
Whoa, what just happened?
I worked in an industry for 26 years that left me burned out and pretty severe PTSD. I took 2.5 years off. I got a part-time job to help us get by while he recovered so he could go back to work eventually. We don't want him back in the same place he was. We don't want him going back too soon. The job I have is not bad. It's probably the best job I've ever had, but because it's the same sort of industry, and the job's starting to suck me in now that the holidays are approaching, and it's demanding more of my time. I'm starting to feel the strain, and it's hard. It's hard to balance home life, farm life, grandma life, church life, work life, and the work. It's just starting to suck me in, and I'm feeling the strain. And his programming is to rush out and save the day by going and getting a job too soon. He's wired that way. Heck with it. I'll go back to work. You retire. But that cannot happen. He's got to get more clean time in. He's doing phenomenal. I'm real proud of how far he's come, but we don't need to disrupt the process. Judging by the cigarette butts out in the yard, I can say that going back to work too soon is going to cause him to stress out, make poor choices. We've got the time. I don't work much. I'm struggling with balancing it out at a time in my life where I don't have a lot of physical or emotional reserves. I used a lot of those reserves up during the almost year-long battle to get him where he is now. So, what am I saying? What am I trying to say? I don't want you going back too soon.
You don't like work, but it's not time for me to go back. And yesterday I did take it up with my group about going back to work at the same place I was at. And one of the guys in the group gave an example of, and it blew me away. He said, imagine you're walking in the woods. He said, in the woods, you're fine. You haven't been in those woods before. You're exploring new ground. Because if you go back to where you were, it's like stumbling upon a path that you've been on before. It may be grown up a little bit, but it's still the same trail you was on. So I'm not going back to work, at least not there.
Not there, not now. It's early November.
With her stressing out about the job, it's just natural reaction for me to come in and say, all right, you're my wife. You're stressing out. My turn to take the stress. That's just my natural reaction.
And I appreciate that.
I get a little frustrated when she gets frustrated, but her frustration, even though some of it is brought on by her, it's still very real. And
I think if you had November, December, January, you get 3 more months of clean time under your belt. You get 3 more months of new coping mechanisms and healing and all that other stuff.
Now, you know what I just heard you say?
What?
3 months of gaming.
You could clean the house.
I mean, I'm going to do that. I just clean the toilet.
Besides that. Anyways.
No, I just clean the toilet.
One of my emotional triggers is work.
It is. It really is. Not so much work. It's just that environment. That industry. I think. She had a part-time gig at the Dollar Tree. She would eat it up.
Probably.
Love it.
They don't pay good. Anyways.
Yeah, but I bet they get an employee discount. What would the employee discount be on $1?
Stop. Anyways, so he will go back to work in another month or 2 or 3, but we don't want him to go back too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm struggling with the stress and strain of the holidays and the added shifts and time that they want me to put in, and it's just,
they're messing with the schedule that she had set. I mean, I can understand where she's getting kind of on edge about that, because she agreed to take this as a 2-day a week gig,
and they're slipping in 3 shifts a week.
Yeah, they're trying to
starting next week, I think, or the week after. Next week, they're trying to slip in some extra time.
On a brighter note, 8 days today without a cigarette.
That's good.
And 108 days clean.
It's not always about you.
I said on a lighter note.
Oh, a lighter note. Are we lighting the note?
We lit the fire earlier.
Yes, we did. So, anyways, that's something I'm struggling with, and it's just I look at it like it's just a season of life that we're gonna get through. Before I know it, it'll be spring, and he'll be back at work, and that I won't even admit to people at work. I won't admit to people at church that I work. I don't want them to know. I don't want to talk about it. It's just a little season of life that's going to pass me by, God willing. And if it's not, I'll come up with a better way.
Can I just burst your bubble here real quick?
Yeah.
Some of the people at church.
I know they know.
Watch this.
I just don't want to talk about it. It's just a thing. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. So, anyways, that's the rest of the bugga that we're going through today. And thanks for watching. And God bless. And we'll catch you.
Keep fighting the fight.
Fighting the fight.
It's recovery is not glamorous. It is not rainbows and unicorns. But it's so much better than the alternative.
Yeah.
So much better.
Thanks for watching, and
love you guys.
We'll catch you tomorrow.
God bless you.
Bye.